What's up, guys? Welcome to Vlog episode 2. So really the story for this starts off where my sister, she sent me a link for this virtual tour partner program through this one company, and they are probably considered the largest virtual tour business out there as of this current moment. There might be some other ones. I'm not 100% sure that they might be bigger. I've just heard of them the most, especially in the realty space. So my sister, she's a realtor, which is why she was interested in me getting into this, because, well, I know cameras and stuff like that, so she knows that I'm more likely to understand the technology behind this more than she would. She understands, the basics and all that, but I've been into the film and photography industry for a while. So when she first sent me these, it was great, but the cost of getting into it was way too high that I could afford it at the time. From there, kind of fast forward, she sent me, I think, a link another time. At that time there is a little easier for me to get into, considering how my career had forwarded on, but still not quite within an area where I felt comfortable. More recently, she had sent me the link again, because it's one of those things, after so much time goes by, you forget it. Maybe you brought her up before, maybe you didn't, whatever. She sent me again. This time I decided to do a little bit more research on it, because we had the pandemic going on, and I saw an opportunity, considering everything that's going on with the pandemic that's happening. A lot of places are going to want to show off, especially houses. They want to show off what these houses look like, and everyone's scared to leave their houses, so everyone's going to want to kind of see it in some way, shape, or form. So that caused me to get more into this. So after seeing this opportunity, I did more research on 360 virtual tours to see how can I get into this industry without spending a crazy amount of money up front as an initial investment. I already had a client, that would be my sister, who had told me several times, if I got into this, guaranteed I would have some sort of work to do. That she had at least one house at the time, potentially second one that I could actually do a virtual tour for. So right there, I already had the potential of up to 2 gigs, one guaranteed. So now I had my first client. I just needed the equipment and know the best way to approach this. I did a bunch of research. I did research on the hardware. I did the research on the software that's needed for this, and also the hosting aspect. How to approach where it's going to be hosted, where it's going to go, and all that. So after doing a bunch of research and figuring out what hardware I was going to get and what software I was going to use, I set myself up with a budget. I'm not going to spend beyond this for this initial investment, and I want to make this much money before I go any further with reinvesting more into the company. So in the process of me doing this and figuring it out, I was talking to my parents a little bit about it, and my mom, she got kind of excited about it. She wanted it to be a part of the family business that we have going on, as an extra service that we can provide. Because she saw this as a great extra service to add on to that. So in the process of doing all this, and knowing now I had extra backup, not only did I figure out what hardware to get and what software I was probably going to end up using, and having my first client right up in line, I had extra people who could help me find clients. So with that, I ended up increasing my budget a little bit more. I did do the first job for my sister. In this time, I had gotten the equipment, I learned how to use it. I learned how to use the initial piece of software I decided to go with. After that, I found another piece of software which was even better, offered so much more that I could provide in a much higher quality product on top of that. So I moved forward, upped my budget by about 50%, which, relatively speaking to other things, it sounds like a lot. It actually wasn't that bad. And from there, I was able to produce another one for my sister because she already had another house lined up at that point, and I used that new software. So now I'm producing a better quality product. I didn't have to increase my price for doing these due to the fact that the new software allowed me to host things with my own web servers that I already had. I didn't have to pay for a subscription service anywhere else, which helped me out a lot with saving on costs. Yeah, I had to pay up front a little bit more, but I didn't have to pay an extra hosting service fee. So that helped me out so much in this whole process. The more I had put into this, the more I thought about it, the more I learned about it, I'm realizing that now I can offer this service for businesses. So now I've actually expanded my service. I'm offering the ability for businesses to have virtual tours of their shops or whatever it ends up being. It could be just a showroom or anything like that. And I can host it on my website where I'm paying for that. And so for them to actually have that basic subscription fee of me hosting it for them helps them out where they don't have to worry about any upkeep or anything like that of any servers of their own, and they have the ability to post this on either their own website or their Facebook page or anything like that. So if they don't have like a formal website, this provides them this extra opportunity of showing off their shops in that way. It's actually really cool and really great, the stuff I can do. So all I'm really doing here, I'm adding to my toolbox. I'm still doing video, I'm still doing photography. I'm just adding another service that I can offer over on top of everything else. So as time goes on, I'm going to add on more tools. I'm going to learn more. I'm going to figure out better ways to approach utilizing this tool and the other tools too, like the video stuff and the photography stuff too. You have to look at yourself as a student, where you're always trying to learn something new, because everything's always improving, everything's changing, and you want to make sure that you are offering the best service possible for your clients. So I guess that's it for today. Check you guys out next time.